Hello, my name is Ashley. I'm the Community Engagement Coordinator at the Freshkills Park Alliance. And today we are going to be speaking with a local Staten Island poet, Jenny Pisani. We're going to explore more about her inspiration from nature and the environment in terms of her poetry practice. So I'm going to hand it over to Jenny to introduce herself a bit more in depth.
Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, everyone who's watching. So nice to meet you. My name is Jenny Pisani. I'm a
Thank you.
poet. Um, I am a writer, and I am so thankful to be a part of the Staten Island community here and to talk more about Freshkills Park and how we can bring poetry there and what it means to be a writer here. So I'm from like Heartland, like Mid Island, and my house growing up, and it still is right up against the green belt. So I was always surrounded by like the preserved nature, and that definitely impacted me and who I am and my connection to nature. Being from Staten Island, people don't or often forget that we're an island. The ocean is completely around us, so that has been one of my favorite things about being from here, is that I get to visit all around the island, different places in the ocean, and to sit with the waves. I do that as often as I can, and to go to the different parks too, right? Like, we have so many beautiful places that we can go, and it is the greenest borough.
So, thinking about that, what do you think, could look like to have poetry at Freshkills Park moving forward?
I mean, so Staten Island has had poetry in the park in different parks on the island, but never have we had poetry in the park in a park that's been transformed from, garbage, from landfill. So to be able to sprout those beautiful seeds is such a beautiful conversion, magic to make space for art and words in the air on top of something that used to be decay and you know rubbish. Like, there's such a beauty to that, and I am so certain I've learned this lesson and have seen it in so many ways, that if you build it, they will come, whether that's like sculptures that could be, or just words spoken out into the air. I think there's a lot of potential for sure, and I'm excited to see what will come from this.
Absolutely. In the past, we've done work with various visual artists, writers, different kinds of artists, but it's difficult because we're not still currently open to the public. We're still kind of in this transformative process, moving from decay to beauty. And and I know you brought with you today a poem to read to us. So if you want to give a little background to that poem, and then have the floor and read away.
Sure. Thank you, Ashley. Um, I think before I read this poem, it's worth noting that it's an older poem that I wrote. Um, and it's inspired by the sad truth that when I was young, my mom used to garden a lot. That's kind of what I think made me really first connected to nature in that way. And then when my father passed away when I was a kid, she just stopped gardening. So this is My Mother Used to Garden. My mother used to garden. There was a tenderness in the way her worn palms could cradle dirt and admire a budding rose as if it were a newborn opening its eyes to see my mother's face for the first time. She'd wash her soil-soaked hands and tell me how the answers to everything were in the dirt. Like lesson 1, be patient and have hope. Growth happens slowly and then suddenly. Lesson 2, be wild and welcome surprises, like when the flowers you didn't plant start appearing in the spring. Lesson 3, be free and learn to let go. There is a season for everything, including loss. There was a frost one November, and since then, I can't remember the last time my mother felt the land between her fingers, dug her knees in the dirt, or nurtured anything. I think life asked her too many questions, and the ground ran out of answers when the earth opened up its mouth and swallowed all of the love that she had. There's a certain sadness in watching blooms wither, to observe how the ground, which once sprouted with life, now grows a film of weeds, or how pots once filled with flowers go empty and collect ashes and cigarettes. My mother used to garden, but she stopped looking for solutions in the soil, and I felt the wonder grow inside of me. So I off place in the dirt, held on to the earth, and learned. I learned that it's okay if you don't have the tools. All you really need is your hands. Your body is strong enough to do the work. I learned that sometimes you need to nurture yourself, find your own sun, be your own mother, and winters don't last forever. It's okay to burst open your knees, mix your blood with the earth, break open your roots, and start to sprout each day, digging deeper, spreading wider, holding tighter, and letting go, because this is how you grow. I learned that sometimes it's okay if your mother doesn't garden anymore, and her rose bushes are now sticks with thorns, because I am my own flower bed, and I will grow new seeds in my skin like the soil, which contains all the answers I will ever need. But most times, it feels like I am too much to contain within this skin. My body is breaking, my fibers are fraying, my soul is sweating. I've been a bud for too long and I'm beginning to burst. I want to bloom recklessly and stretch my body like fields of flowers, seek the sun and feel every ray. I want to open my mouth as wide as the ocean and swallow every drop of rain to taste what heaven is like. I want to spread my limbs like the longest of branches to reach endlessly and grab the sky, because I am alive, because I am becoming, because I am blossoming, because I am